We are live. Thank you for playing and watching us as we do episode 21 Pirates and Drinax. I'm titling this one X Marks the Spot.
Everybody hold up your drink.
Legal.
Legal.
It's legal, indeed. X marks the spot. We are in the process on the tail end. I think we're picking up like the last clue on the way to find out where the actual Treasure of Sindal is. So when we last left off, we know that we tracked it down to a possible scout courier. The last message globe was on a scout courier that was at the bottom of the ocean of this water planet, this heavy water planet. Yep. There is an underwater city here that used to be a prison, former prison, and there are still cells that are basically this is how they jail people. They put people in little small chambers with a buoy drifting out in the ocean, and if something happens or they get out of line, they just cut the line to the buoy and down they go. Where they stop, no one knows. Yeah, it's like that. It's pretty grim. So there you go. Really interesting penal system that they have now on the planet. It's number one, right? Yeah, planet number one. You track down kind of where it should be. You're going to have to account for almost 2,000 years of tidal drift. So wherever it might have ended up somewhere out there. But these guys are experts at it. This is their planet. This is what they do. So you were able to go through a whole lot of bureaucratic mess. That was pretty much the whole point of last episode. I just wanted to run you through a lot of red tape. That's all I wanted to do. I was like, I want some traveler red tape. and I kind of just put you through the circles on that. And then finally, after the decree from about an 8-year-old child, that's the ruler of the planet. That's the ruler of the planet, the warden. So she's like, yay, I like these people. Let's give them what they want. You're able to contract a submarine and a captain of the submarine to get you down there to find this thing. So basically, we got to that point where and I was knowing where we were at in the game. I was like, we need to wait for telegraph. Just in case. but I had a feeling that he might be needed, be very necessary in this point in the game.
So
we stopped there.
This submarine that is taking us to the bottom of the ocean without buoys. It has some sort of excursion suits or vehicles for us so that we can go to said scout ship, or at least can do an umbilical.
It does. It has like claws, like salvaging claws that can grab and get a hold of stuff, like robot arms. You can do that, or you can take a deep sea diving suit, which is basically like the big bulky looking things that you're used to seeing, like in the abyss or something like that. Because the intense pressures down here. So yeah, there is that option. There is 2 suits, and then there is like at the beginning. Let me show you the. I think I've got like a picture of the actual vessel. The name of the submersible vehicle is called the Barnacle,
and it's Captain Greenfield, who overcharged us by a lot.
By what, about times 5? I think it was something like that.
No, times 3. I mean,
times 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like spur of the moment thing. You knew she had you over the barrel. There's literally nobody else can take you at this time, so it's kind of like, yeah, I got you. But
shit, I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, you're basically all held up in this little bitty submersible vehicle. There's barely just enough room for you all to like stand up around in here. There's no there's like, one set of bunks that's usually for her and whatever co-pilot or whatever she's used to taking. But she's like, you guys, she doesn't plan on you guys to be here much longer than a couple hours. So, you're making do as what you can. You're kind of like holding on to like handrails and stuff at the top. It's not the most comfortable ride. Again, there's like maybe 3 seats in here, so like most of you are standing up. Kind of a deal.
So I'm just gonna add this since Ev's not here yet. She's packing her snack bag.
She's packing her snack bag.
Packing her snack bag.
Indeed.
Just in case.
Wouldn't that be called a feed bag?
Nice.
No, because I'm not like that.
Nice.
I don't have your cojones, James.
It's called distance.
I know.
Nowhere near you.
It would be the only time about the third time that he's referenced her size in this game, right? So it's only about that.
No, I didn't reference her size. I referenced how she carries her food around.
Oh no, like fitting through a vent. I do seem to remember. I remember that.
Yeah, that was once.
So this is twice. Okay, twice now.
It did not reference her size. She's been working out with little Cleo.
Right.
Exactly. Sure. That's what we're going. So anyway, you guys are all going through the deep. It is, it gets dark down here really quick. You see a lot of luminescent jellyfish and stuff like that around in here. Lots of big Leviathan type whales and other creatures of the deep.
So apparently we're in a glass bubble, and I'm not really comfortable with that.
Yeah. I mean, literally like a glass bubble. I'm trying to get this to share screen again. I'm not used to the windows.
Is anybody else feeling hot in here? Like it's really hot in here.
It's really hot here. It's totally hot here.
Hey, Rick, lower your breathing amount, causing the oxygen level to decrease severely, raising the heat.
I can't show my my clip.
Is it in a Chrome tab or one of the other tabs?
No, it's weird. I'm trying to get it to. I'm getting a share screen. I'm getting the entire screen in window, but when I go to, I can't get it to show the screen I want it to show, like the clip screen.
I gotta step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
All right, my man. But yeah, it's just basically like a little bubble with a shell around it, and it's got metal shell around the back end of it that has all the propulsion and stuff, with 2 fins out front that come out into like robot arms, fold out into robot arms. So yeah, that's basically what you're doing. Grunwald, the Captain Greenfell, Balamria Greenfell. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna grab my book. If I can't show the screen, at least I can show the picture out of the book. Give me just a moment.
Okay. Did he mean to disconnect?
No.
I think so.
I've been here before with him. Yeah, he didn't mean it.
All right.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this is the little submersible vehicle that you are at. Again, not a whole lot to it. Pretty simple. And trying to get Captain Grunfell here.
Does she look anything like that shuttle pilot on the?
She's not the most attractive girl. She's pretty rough looking, honestly.
She's like permanent bitch face.
Exactly. So she smells a lot of like whatever local liquor that they drink on the planet. The place is kind of littered with a lot of burnt out stubs of like the local weed that they smoke around here. But yeah, she has a really just I don't care kind of attitude. I'm just here to get the job done kind of deal. It's a mess. The place is a mess, but it's all functional. You guys look it over and you go, well, she does keep the ship in good working order. It's just trash. That's all.
Looks like a dumpster, but it's not on fire.
Exactly. A stray match will make it a dumpster fire, but yeah, but so far not so much. You're going down into the deep. And you're going down a long time, and it takes you better part of an hour to get to where you think it's going to be, where it should be by what she has got like on her charts and stuff like that. And again, trying to account for drift, it's like it should be in the middle of this trench somewhere. Should have scooted off into this trench and be down in here. So you're basically going down into the trench.
Matt, weren't we able to give them some information regarding the globes and the material that the globes are made out of to help pinpoint the location?
Exactly. So with a sensors roll, she can do that with her sense. She knows the sensors on her ship. She's going to do sensors roll on there. She goes, that metal. Yeah. And she's scouring through this trench and going through it. And she does make a couple passes. And then finally she does get in on it. She hones in on it. And she goes, yeah, it's a little further up than what I thought. So she hones in on it and gets to this cracked open kind of courier vessel that's way down here at the bottom. Again, it's an old spaceship, 2,000-year-old spaceship down the bottom of the waves. It is cracked open from the pressures down here. But you still are getting the reading of the metal down here.
Okay. We know where we need to go.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's here. She's like, you want me to yank it apart, or you want to go in on a suit? I mean, it's your choice.
We don't want to yank it apart.
It's already broken up. I can just kind of, like cracking an egg. It's already cracked. I can kind of just pull this open and we can go fishing in it, or go grab it.
No. We may have to do that, but I think we need to.
Things about the size of a large softball. I think I remembered.
Yeah, we need to scout it out before we go cracking it open like an egg.
Got it. So who's going in the suit? She's like, I'm flying.
Yeah. So who would it be? Athletics?
Honestly, 0G would still work in this kind of thing.
What size is the suit?
It would be vac suit.
Vac suit. Yeah, vac suit. Sorry, not 0G.
So who's got the highest?
What size is the suit? Who can
one.
fit in it?
Oh, it's one size fits all. It's fine.
Fortunately, we don't have any Osline characters with us today.
We're tech level 10 here. Exactly. Right. As long as we didn't have to account for an Aslan's height or Varger's tail, we're good.
All right. So Teledrift, what do you got for vac suit?
I've got a 3.
Okay.
We have a winner.
Professor, what do you have for vac suit?
Who?
Yeah, it's not going to be me.
Professor.
Oh, I've got a 1. I've got
okay. Hashna, what do you have for vac suit?
It ain't going to go. I've got
Tony, what do you got for vac suit?
2.
Second winner.
I think Teledrift. So is Teledrift and Tony going, or were we just sending one out?
2.
One of them's got to be eaten by the giant squid monster.
Of course, right?
The other one's got to bring the grapefruit back.
Well, we can send Ev out.
We could send Ev and
totally
Roz
send Ev out. We can totally send Ev out.
I would feel a lot better with that by my side.
Well, we only have do we have 1 or 2 suits?
She's got the skills I don't.
Oh, I thought there was just 1. That's why. Okay.
No, there's 2 suits.
Yeah, she definitely has the skills that I don't.
Ev will go. She's like, I'm gonna get some of that kelp over there and kind of let it dry out.
It looks like lettuce.
does look like Raz is like, man, can I take it back to my planet and grow it?
Meanwhile, I'm hitting the Traveler Library trying to figure out what a mommy is because she keeps talking about it.
she's got this little growth on her. She's got this growth on her shoulder that keeps talking to her ever she's been eating all this radioactive lettuce. Sits her on her shoulder. Hello.
Is she snorting white stuff out of a spray can up her nose?
Just all that lettuce, man. Ah, here she is. Yay.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Appreciate everyone's patience.
Oh, you're fine. I was telling him your appointment went a little long. I was like, whenever you're ready.
You got about 15 minutes to watch before you make that statement.
Yeah, but no, you've been elected. Your character.
You've been volunteered.
You've been volunteered. So, what's your vac-suit skill, Ev?
Well, beans. It's actually not bad. I believe I have a 1 in it.
1 is not bad. So, Teledrift is going to go out. We're in the sub. Remember, we left off. We were going into the sub and go down to find the last message globe under the sea. So we're there. We found the globe. We found we were on this little tiny vessel that basically everyone has to stand up in because there's like 3 seats. Right. And there's like one really cranky, drunk female captain who's just like, following the controls, and
at least the stench isn't with us. I mean, there's that.
You smell alcohol and burnout cigarettes. That's all you really smell in this ship.
On some long hauls, that's going to be as close as some of us get to a breath of fresh air. So yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly. So you're at like they've tracked it down to like the courier vessel where it's been like cracked open due to the pressure, but they know that the message globe is still in there. They can detect the metal that the message globe is made of, and they know it's still in there. So we're thinking of using the robot arms on the submersible to rip the ship open and pull it out, but they're opting to instead take the 2 vac suits that are on the vessel and go get it. And Teledrift has got 1 suit because he has a vac suit 3, and then I think it's between you and Rick on who gets the choice on
Actually,
going out the other.
My vac suit skills are better than hers.
Okay. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
His is 2. So so you can sit in the back with your crunchy munch and and go into this thing.
Well, it's certainly not lettuce anymore.
I know we were just talking about that. So you said you got a little lump on your shoulder that you talk to now. That kind of just
with the radioactive decay going on. Was it ever really lettuce?
Exactly. Just a little lump that says "Howdy ho" at you every now and then. You have little conversations with yourself and your
and
lump.
you discover 2 new colors you haven't seen before.
Exactly.
Hey,
does that smell like purple?
I can smell purple. And it does not smell like grape.
Wish it did.
Whoever said that was full of shit. Yeah, but yeah. So you're so Teledrift's getting into this, and there's these great big, huge, clunky, almost like the diving bell sort of the old style diving suits because of the intense pressures down here. They're hard suits. They're like shelled. You're almost like walking around inside of a robot going to this thing. So you will have to have a decent vac suit skill and like an electronics skill to operate this thing. So those 2 choices will need to be made. Do you have electronic skill, Teller?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. At least electronics is 0 will get you fine. I'm not going to make you make rolls for it, but you at least need to know how to like operate the suit inside. I can push this lever and push that lever.
Yep.
So that works. If you can drive an automobile, you can drive this suit.
Have you seen the people driving?
I didn't say well. I said you could drive. Keeps dunking up against the side of the ship. Dunk. Scouch down. Okay.
Sudden breaks.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it is as black as black can be down here. I mean, the complete absence of light. You're like 3 miles down in this heavy water already. You're using like chem lights and spotlights and stuff from your back suits, and it's just barely radiating the area around you, like within about 5 feet. And you basically,
How does a cybernetic eye with IR work on cold-blooded fish and other creatures?
I assume if it's infrared, it doesn't. If they're cold-blooded, it's not going to pick them up.
Yeah, so I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine.
We just had a discussion at GaryCon about how infrared works. I'm like, if there's no heat, you don't see it. That's how it works.
And also the density of the water also limits
exactly
as well.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, because radiation can't penetrate so much. You're effectively as blind as anyone else down here with your infrared eye.
We'd see giant whales coming at us, although.
Yeah, whales. If they are warm blooded, you'll see them. Yeah.
Only if they're going through menopause.
Wow, we're gonna slide right.
You had
past
to go
that.
there.
Let me mark this to edit. Okay, and then
let's see how many times we can make that tonight.
21, 20.
I don't know if anybody else is playing the game, but it is one of my favorites.
21-20. There we go, right there. That's what I need to look for. And
If this was going to be the romper room one, I would have lined up a bunch of like F-bombs and things that I normally don't.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm totally down with the F-bomb.
Yeah, you got to work at it. He's
great. I mean, it has to be outright slander. You know, that he works for. But so anyway, you get into the suits. Make your vac suit rolls for me, please. Your two.
Alrighty.
Teledrift and Tony. And there's basically just like a little closet that you guys are changing these into, and there's barely enough room to turn around.
What characteristics are you used along with vac suit?
You can use intellect or education bonus, your choice.
Oh, well.
Oh, I'm glad I
that's
did.
a 0 and 9.
I have a 10 now.
I've got a 9.
9, 10.
That's with my +4 bonus.
All right. So you click it on, all the seals come on, you got the green lights on all your signals and stuff like that. You're in the suit, you're good to go. And the captain's like, "You ready? Good. Okay, bam, Benny." She pops the hatch and
no, wait.
Yeah, exactly. She waits for nothing. She you spill out into the back of the ship, the submersible, and you tumble out onto the ground. Just from the pressure just sucking you right out.
Well, this whole sensation is weird.
Exactly. And yeah, and even then, this is like a motorized sort of suit. I mean, you swear you can feel the weight, of 3 miles of ocean over top of you. You just, if there's ever a time to not be a claustrophobe, this is the time to not be a claustrophobe. So you're in the dark.
Something to tell your grandkids about someday, Teledrift.
Exactly. I mean, I almost wanted to think that Sir Alacrity dropped like a couple of ants in your suit on the way in. Just kind of
maybe something more stingy.
Something like that. But yeah, you're there, and you got they basically tell you by direction where to go because you can't see it. Like she lands like maybe 30 feet away from it, you can't see it. Like your lights only work about 5 feet ahead of you. It's so dark down here. So
this is nightmare inducing.
Exactly. You can see the ground, like the ocean floor, and stuff like that. And you look up and darkness, complete darkness.
No one said the ocean was like walking through a sandstorm.
Exactly. I mean, whatever you guys got to do to get through it, you hold hands. I don't care. Whatever you got to do, we won't say it. what happens down here stays down here. But yeah, the captain's like, so, okay, so turn.
No, it doesn't. Well, not to. I'll talk about
They make
it.
cables to connect the suits together, so that's fine.
There you go. So
Can we do a recon while we're walking over there?
You can totally do a recon at like Bane. You roll play dice to pick the worst two.
You were ejected at speed out of the vessel. What are you doing? Weaving kelp together?
You can do recon at a Bane. You got to roll 3 dice, pick the worst two.
I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. All right. So you 10. I mean, you can see the limits of it, and you're basically still following off of like the direction that the captain's giving you. She's telling you like 10 degrees, turn 10 degrees northwest. Kind of stuff like that. And she's like, walk
the other northwest, the other one.
Exactly. But you got like a little compass thing in your heads up display or whatever. So you're basically following like where she's telling you to go.
I'm following Tony only because
Tony seems to have
sense of direction than I do.
Exactly. Tony's following the directions and cloning for it. And it's a few tense minutes of like walking and making sure that another chasm doesn't open up and underneath your feet or anything like that. Still ground. Take another step, still ground. Still ground in front of me. We're cool. And then you like out of nowhere, like the ship just starts to appear in your lights. She says that's there you go. And it's a very old wedge shaped sort of ship, kind of like the old scout carriers of the day. It's a little bit smaller than the ones you're used to seeing. It's probably enough for maybe a 3-man crew at most. The cargo bay would probably be about the size of your bedroom. If that. If that. Depending on the size of your bedroom. Some people have big bedrooms. Gotta chase them around. But anyway, so we're gonna go right past that. We'll mark that one too.
I feel attacked.
Exactly, we'll mark that one too. But so anyway, you're get to the courier vessel, and again, it is like cracked, like almost like right in the middle of the ship from port to starboard, like right across the ship, not up and down the ship, across the ship. And there's about a 6-inch wide gap that in the darkness, and you can't quite see into the ship, but you can see like this huge rent, not really a rent, but a crack, like an eggshell in the ship.
Okay.
Have you seen any ways to access the ship?
There is a starboard side hatch. It's about half submerged in the soil.
What kind of roll do you want me to make to see if I can find out if I know what kind of damage the ship sustained to make that huge crack?
Got it. That would be recon or investigate.
All right. Well, I got a bonus to my investigate, so let's go with that one.
You can use intellect or education, as well.
I rolled a 10.
Nice. So this is definitely a pressure crack. This was a seam in the ship that was normally made in its manufacture, and it just followed right along that seam when it was built. They built the ship in 2 stages and put them together. It followed right along that seam. Just the intense pressures down here just cracked it right open. And again, so you got about a 6-inch wide gap that you can see through there. As I'll try to make it right.
I'm like, Tony, we're going to be able to fit through this crack. We got to find that hatch.
Found a hatch.
I take a light and shine into the crack. What do we see in there?
Okay, so you see where you would be at right now. As honestly, are you looking from the port side or starboard side? I'm guessing.
Probably starboard. Well, I have no idea.
What side did the sub land on?
You would have been on the starboard side, which is the right side. Yeah. So you're coming in from the starboard side. So you're looking right into the head. Honestly, there's like a metal toilet, metal sink, and a metal shower. all in one little tiny room.
All right. Now, the one hatch you say was partially blocked
Submerged.
by this dirt.
Yeah.
Teldrift, let's work our way around the ship, see if we can open the cargo bay doors, or if there's any other hatches that we can get into, because I don't want to be digging out here for who knows how long.
Got
You
it.
know what? That sounds like a good plan. I'll
Got
follow
it.
you.
So yeah, you're walking around now that you got the ship, and you can just walk around it now.
Right.
You know, you kind of just keep your hand on it and walk around the ship. Make me a recon roll.
It's 10, that's an 8, and that's a 3.
10.
10 and a 3.
Yep. 3 is my lowest.
Oh, are we doing all these at Bane or not?
No, you're not. Not those. These
Oh,
are
then-
regular.
Oh, if it's a regular roll, then it's a 10.
Okay, so both of you walk around fairly easily around to the side of the ship, and the rest of you guys are in the submersible. You kind of saw the lights go out there for a little while, and then now you're just you're seeing what they're seeing through like their head cams. So it's kind of like that scene in Alien where the captain's like watching the soldiers on their head cams. You're watching these two.
No, I think it's more like the scene from the last nights of Game of Thrones when all the lights start going out.
Exactly. So, so you're walking around the ship, and you get to the far side of the ship, the port side of the ship, and you do see the cargo hatch, and it's kind of half in and half out too. But you think if you can open it, you can definitely get through because it's the cargo hatch is like 10 by 10.
Okay.
Probably didn't bring any cutting equipment or anything like that. I don't think you did. I don't remember anybody saying anything.
Oh no, we were just kind of flushed out.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Deep.
Yeah. And she's like, oh. She's like, well, if you want, I
Well,
can go
given
in.
that these are her suits and she uses them to salvage things,
Yeah,
do the suits have any equipment that carry on them all the
and
time?
you're like looking through the inventory on the computer on the heads-up display, and you're like, oh yeah, one of your arms does have like a cutting torch.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, give me an electronics roll, and both of you can use your cutting torches.
All right. I rolled an 8.
8.
Got it. So yeah, as the captain is telling
We're a
you
really
that-
good crew here.
nice. Yeah, exactly. So you're in sync. So just as the captain is telling you, hey, you can cut that open, you're like, you turn it on, and the little blue light, flame.
Does it come from like one of the fingertips?
I was going to go like the wrist, but if you want to make it a fingertip, it can totally be a fingertip.
Nice.
Yeah. So you basically just kind of sketch out an area, big enough to pop it through, and for you guys to come through, and you can punch it in or peel it out, your choice. But it's already, it's been open to the elements, so like there's no rush of water either way. And you're in like the cargo bay, and again, the cargo bay is probably like 10 by 10. And you look at there's like one hall, behind you is like what the engine room would have been, and ahead of you is like a very narrow hallway. And you're looking at it, and you're looking at the suit, and you're like, man, I don't know.
Well, I told you, first of all, shouldn't we check the cargo bay for the item that we're looking for?
Well, I would really hate to split up, especially still being attached. I think it's so much more convenient.
Yeah. The hallway goes down about maybe 8 feet, and there's like a couple doors on either side. You do see the crack going halfway down the hallway.
Thinking perhaps if we want to seal off the cargo area so the rest of the ship won't be affected when we get systems back online.
I mean, it's not happening. This thing has been underwater for 2,000 years. No.
Well, scratch that idea.
Yeah, that is not happening.
Oof. I'll do my best to search around if you.
So yeah, it's kind of like me trying to get around in an RV. You're in this big bulky suit. You're not really sure if you can get through some of these portals. You're looking at you trying to go sideways. And I need actually like a dex or athletics roll to get down the hallway. While one of you can search in here in the cargo bay, one of you can go down the hallway.
How's your dex?
Well, I'm confident in I could.
You can use athletics as well if you have athletics.
I'm confident I could search really well.
Okay, I'll try going down the hallway.
Two nerds. so you can do a recon in the cargo bay. Tony's going to do an athletics or dex check to get down the hall and not get stuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Rolled a 9 for recon.
Nice.
Rolled an 8 for squeezing through.
Nice. So, Teledrift, the only thing you find in here that's even halfway salvageable is like, there's boxes of electronic parts that have just, almost dissolved. There's like little wafers and stuff floating in the water as you open the boxes, and stuff like that.
I pick one of them that's floating, and I'm like, I wonder if this is edible. And if I can convince Ev to eat this,
it's not that kind of wafer. it's a computer chip wafer, and it's like it would be like a circuit board from like the 70s to us with like the teeth and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a hard sell. I'll eat a lot of things, but
yeah, but
not with me. It won't be that hard with me.
yeah, eat it.
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be a great drama scene for the med bay. I don't feel so good. Why?
But you will know how many bytes in a terabyte.
Flip the table on that one. But no, you do find like a crate full of old scout vessel type, and I swear to God, I was thinking it before you were talking about the whole wafer thing, of old scout vessel 2,000-year-old MREs, basically is what you find. Like the vacuum sealed meals ready to eat that they would have eaten on the ship. they didn't have like protein processors and stuff like that like you have on ships today. It's vacuum packed MREs. That's what they ate on the ships. So it's like 2,000-year-old MRE, and you're like, now you got something to work with.
This might be.
I mean, one of them stroganoff. It's probably still good. Just saying.
Check the expiration date.
Oh, it expired 1,050 years ago.
That's from the rule of man.
No, it said best if used by. You can still eat it. It just won't be as tasty as always.
It won't be as fresh.
I'll grab one of the packs, put it underneath my arm, and start making my way to where.
Actually, you've got like these little net bags that you can just kind of just grab it, throw it in a net bag. It's basically what you would have used to put the globe in.
Oh, okay.
So that like water can flow through it and stuff like that. But it's just, you just put in like this little net bag. It's tied to your waist of your suit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'll just toss 2-3 of them in there.
I think I'm stealing that from Thunderball. I think they use like net bags or something like that in the James Bond movie. I'm stealing it anyway.
When you go, watching a scene, you have bags to put things in your.
Yeah.
If you pick up fish and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So Rick's going down the hallway, and there is like one spot like at the doors to the sides that you're kind of pushing through, and you're like, God, I hope I don't get stuck. That you're literally pushing through, and you're like both sides of your suit are like rubbing like the frames of the door where it comes in a little bit in this hallway, like maybe like 4 or 5 centimeters, but it's just enough that the width of the suit is like rubbing against both of them as you're going through them. You're like, whoa, and you're in a hard vacuum suit, and you're trying to suck it in. You're like, it doesn't matter. I'm in a hard vacuum suit. I'm in a crab. So you get down.
Don't get stuck.
Exactly. So, but you go on through, and you see the door to like the what would be the bridge. What the door on the port side was the head, that you saw in from the outside. The door on the starboard would have been like the sleeping areas would have been like two or three bunks. You know that. And the door straight ahead like goes to the bridge. Now there is like a manual crank that will open the door like that. Yeah, that you can use.
Okay.
To the bridge.
Let's crank this sucker open.
So yeah, Rick is the only one down the hallway. You're going through MREs at the time. So make me your well, you don't need to do that. You don't need to make a mechanics roll to turn the crank. So yeah, you do. You turn the crank on, and like the ship doors up to the bridge open up, like for each crank that you get, and yeah, you're in the bridge and you're looking. It looks like there is like a triangular sort of bridge that points comes to a point out to the bow. Again, think of like the triangle type scout ships. There's a seat in the back, kind of off to the right, that you think was like navigation, and then there's 2 seats up front for like pilot, co-pilot. There is one person in the pilot seat, like in a vac suit. That's been there for a mighty long time.
Yeah. I approach cautiously.
Exactly. So you approach cautiously, and yeah, you see the one person in the back seat, and actually, like if you look like in the center console, like where we store our drinks and stuff in the cars, and like the center console is resting like a softball size metallic object that looks just like the message globe.
All right.
Grab it.
Yeah, everybody sees
my
it.
net bag.
Everybody's like, oh, there it is.
So yeah, you open it, you put it in your net bag, walk your way back, make sure you put the net bag in front of you so you can get through the hallway. Don't want to get it stuck. So yeah, make your way on back, and you guys are meeting up in here.
I thought we'd play catch with it outside for a little
I know,
while.
just kind of
No.
throw it like that 10 feet, and you're like, where to go? So yeah, you get back out the hatch, get back into the submersible, and you're knocking on the door for them to open up the hatch of the submersible. Captain opens up the hatch, brings you back in, repressurizes. You get out of seats, and you're looking at you're pulling out the message book. Anybody wanting to try to power this up, turn this on, or are we waiting till we get up? What are we doing?
We shouldn't at least
bring it back to the ship.
Yeah, we're in
it is dead. I mean, you can jack it into like one of the ship's things and like charge it up.
Well, Captain. Our captain. Shouldn't we wait till we get back?
Yeah, I was gonna say we ain't paying her that much.
Yeah. No. She's like, did you get what you need?
Yep.
Is that it? Okay. All right. So she maneuvers and turns right back and gets back on the way up, and she's taking a bit longer, to go back up.
Longer the bends.
Exactly. Yep. So instead of like the hour or so ride down, it's almost like a 4-hour ride back up, and you're like, wow, I'm really tired. It's like standing here holding onto this handrail. A couple of you taking turns in the chairs. There's in the 2 remaining chairs. Kind of stuff like that. So you're getting about halfway up, and all of a sudden, just give me a sensors roll, please.
Who? Since she was working with sensors.
Oh yeah, she is working sensors.
Yeah,
she's at the helm, so she's not noticing it. So anybody else can make a sensors roll to notice it.
Deldra, if you picking up any large creatures coming towards us,
no sensors.
I got a 9.
But I am.
You got a 9?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay, so you're like the proximity sensor on the sensors is going, and you're seeing like a couple of objects like falling down towards you.
I tap her on the shoulders and I say, "Those look suspiciously like things that go boom."
And she's looking at it and she's like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die!" And she spins around, and she does operate on the vehicle, and like the whole ship like lurches to port, and like everybody I need to make an athletics or dex roll to stay up.
Star Trek maneuver.
Exactly. I'm gonna bang on the pot. Everybody move to the left.
I got a 9.
Got a 9.
I got a
what?
6. I hope somebody's beside me so I can land on something squishy.
Nice.
No, I move out of the way.
Got a 5. So got a 6 and a 5. What did you get, Taylor?
I got a whopping 7.
Nice. Rick?
6.
6. Ev's consternated.
Okay. I didn't realize I was part of this. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're here. You're here
Yeah,
in
you're
the
here.
ship with him. You're almost volunteered to be in the vac suit, but yeah.
7. No, I know I was being volunteered. I got a 7.
Oh yeah, you're here. So yeah, everybody that did not make an 8 gets tossed about a little bit. You don't really suffer any damage, but you're like on the floor or in the middle, picking yourself up off the floor. So I think we only had like Teledrift and Alacrity, the only ones that made it, right?
I rolled a 7. So
So actually Alacrity is the only one that hangs onto the hang roll, I believe. And while everybody else is getting tossed around the cabin a little bit.
Actually, it's probably mostly Alacrity pushing people away from him.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be that. You swear you felt like a handprint in your back. He's getting shoved up against the lockers.
It was coughing, not laughing.
But yeah. So she's spinning around, and like these two things are falling around. All of a sudden, boom, boom. Really?
Yeah, you need to get us the hell out of here now.
She's like, I'm trying. The whole ship is rocking and stuff from the explosions.
Do you have any
you
weapons
seem
on
like
this
a better
thing?
driver than this one.
She's actually doing really well, but she just wasn't really paying attention on the sensors until it's almost too late.
Because why would she think it's World War II?
Exactly. No, but there's no need for her to worry about this stuff normally on her planet.
We're in Kansas no more.
Exactly. She rarely even looks at that sensor. She just looks at the navigational sensors. The whole ship gets rocked as one of them is a little close. It doesn't make a direct hit, but it's close enough. Down here that shockwaves are bad. And one of them goes boom, and like you're seeing like a couple of spritzes of water from different seams inside the cabin. And she's like looking at you guys, going, lock that down.
I apply Spacer's bubblegum.
Exactly. Basically, she's like asking you guys to seal the hatch, seal those seams. That's sailor speak, I guess, for lock it down. I don't even know. Probably not.
Stuff, yeah.
Exactly. Make me engineer or mechanic rolls to kind of get that done.
All right. Ooh,
9.
9.
I rolled an 11 for mechanics.
Nice.
I got a 10 on my steward to clean up the mess.
There you go. So these two are sealing up the seams and stuff like that, and you got the towel. It's kind of like Hitchhiker's Guide. You thank God you brought your towel. You just kind of mop it up with seawater.
I'm going to get off the exploding planet.
I've got my towel.
I have to slap the duct tape out of Tony's hand. I'm like, no, use this.
Get the putty stuff, man. The putty stuff.
Hey, they can use duct tape on the Apollo mission on the moon. We can use it here.
It's calls for JB Weld. Mix the two together.
I hear technology advanced since then.
It's tech level 12 duct tape.
We also used the computing power of a Furby to land on the moon. So
True.
It's exactly true. So so you're getting that sealed up and stuff like that. None of the power's been lost on the ship. You just wanted to get it done before it got into the electronics and did some funky stuff. And she's maneuvering around again. And she's basically just trying to get the hell out of here. There's a couple more little barrels floating down. She's sailing right into them.
Are you trying to kill us?
And she's like the controls are jammed. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Also looking at the controls. Teldrift, you want to help?
I can certainly try.
Roll to Tim for look to see if I can see anything wrong with the sensors or anything like that. Any of the computer parts.
Got it.
I don't see Jack.
Got it. And you're
It's
looking at it.
Alien to me.
Ev, you want to do a pilot check for me? I mean, it's not your kind of your it's not your kind of vessel, but the mechanics are relatively the same.
Yeah, it's still 3-dimensional.
Yeah, still 3-dimensional.
Close-ish. Yeah, no, this is cool. I've got it.
I'm just going to make it a little harder for you. But yeah, you can make a pilot roll. Roll your piloting, add your intellect, or no, use your dex. Use your dex bonus.
Okay, so
your pilot skill, add your dex bonus, and then 2d6.
Perfect. So I rolled 2 5s.
So that's 10. Nice.
My pilot is a 2.
Nice. 12.
And my int is a 1.
What about your dex bonus? We're going to use dex bonus. So.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. My dex bonus is also a 1.
Excellent. So 13. So yeah, you're doing well. You're looking at it, and she's aiming right for it. Like she is aiming the helm right for it. The controls aren't jammed. She's like steering right for it. She's like, but she's screaming at you. The controls are jammed. So what
jammed.
So what she's telling you and what you're seeing is not the same thing.
They're not jammed. You're doing this on purpose. Having fucked up enough ships intentionally, I'm
going to look at Ev. Can you drive this thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to knock her out of the...
Make me your brawling roll, your melee.
Yeah.
To knock her out of the chair.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I got to lift a cat up to see my character.
Meanwhile, can I detect thoughts on?
She got a 12.
I got a 12.
You just like elbow her right into her eye socket. She just falls right over the hump. I don't even make you roll damage. She just stun her. So I'm sorry, Teledrift, you were.
I want to read her surface thoughts.
Thank you. You're the whole reason why I brought you here. So, use your telepathy, please. Use your telepathy skill plus your side bonus.
And while all that's going on, my captain has decided that captain isn't worth shit, so it is restrained.
Now we bring out the duct tape.
Double-sided sticky. I take no chances.
And Hudson, I think you have a new subdivision to your corporate empire now. Now you have submarines.
It's super tacky. It's super tacky stuff. You just like look at it and you're stuck to it. But so yeah, Teledrift, you're definitely feeling two consciences in here in this head. Like somebody is directing the captain what to do.
Captain Hush, I think we have a big issue. Kudos on knocking her out of the chair.
Yeah, I don't know what she was up to, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't think it's entirely her alone in the head.
Oh. Okay. Can you, like, I don't know, figure out who that is? Is there a way to do that? Is that like caller ID?
You did well enough. You did well enough that it seems familiar. It seems like you know it, but you can't.
I can't place it exactly, but we've come across whoever is influencing her before. I felt
it's that lettuce merchant.
At that moment, like the comms come on, like an internal comm comes on, and you're hearing a female's voice, and you're hearing, crew the Drinax, Captain Vestra. I mean, Captain Hasha. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to keep track of what name you should actually call you. And I called you by your Captain Vestra, your old name, Vestra, your original name, before you had all that stuff done to you. Captain Vestra, Captain Hasha. I'm sorry. Which one is it? Is it Hasha now?
Wait, who is it? Who is it? Because my cat's laying on my notebook and I can't get him off.
It's God, I'm blanking out on the name myself right now.
Sorry, baby.
Is it the lady that looks like Gel or the one?
It's exactly Di Kinnear. Yeah, Di Kinnear's voice.
She's the one that reports to Peter Bayless.
Yeah.
Oh,
Captain Hashna.
Bitch, did you just fire at us?
Yeah. I see you recovered the message globe. If you surrender and hand it over to us, we promise not to blow you out of the water. Promise.
I just gotta turn around, shake my head, look at everything.
No. No, she says no. Okay.
What do you want?
I need a piloting roll from Eb to get away from the ones that you two are steering right towards. Eb, I need a really good piloting roll from you. Like I don't need a snake eyes. You're basically jumping in the seat and steering away at the last second.
No pressure. No pressure whatsoever.
Not at all. I roll a 6 and a 3, plus my 2 for piloting. So 9, 10, 11.
Exactly. And you're
plus your dex.
Plus my dex.
So it's 12. So literally you skate away just as the one of the two explodes, and you get the shockwaves again, and there are some springs and stuff again. But you were aimed right for it. So there are a couple springs of water again in the vessel. The alarms are going off that you're losing pressure again, blah, 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 blah. So Teledrift and Tony, you're going to need to make engineering or mechanics rolls to seal up these as well. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Totally a lot worse.
So the good news is we're not dead. That's the good news. Gotta do something about these leaks, because I can't continue bobbing and weaving without taking them apart.
Sooner or later, she's going to roll snake eyes, people. I'm just saying.
How long will it take us to get to the surface?
It's going to take you the better part of an hour.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, yeah.
Well, Ev, can we do evasive maneuvers where we actually? First of all, how much oxygen do we have in this ship where we could hide down here for a while if we wanted to?
Good question. One I did not plan on. Thank you.
I would say at least 3 months. Does that sound good to everybody?
3 months. 3 months totally sounds good.
Actually, a ship like this should have air circulation for cleaning the air and everything.
Oh yeah, it should have scrubbers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you could be good for up to a week. Because that's what they do down here. Okay. I want to say you're good for up to a week.
Okay. I would say go evasive maneuvers, Ev, and hide.
So, okay, do we have a visual on them, or are they just tracking us for sensors?
Tracking you with sensors. You got
so
no
if
visual.
We shut everything down and just sink.
Run silent, run deep.
Run silent, run deep. That's what I'm waiting for you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so anybody got tactics or anything like that?
No, that
I have
would
a
be
0
useful.
in it.
What the hell we need that shit for?
I have a 0 in tactics.
0. Yeah, roll me that 0 in tactics. Use your intellect
education or intelligence.
Your choice.
They're the same.
Yeah.
13.
13.
I've been playing this sub game online for a long time.
Exactly. Hunt for Red October. Yeah. But it's actually the best move. It is risky as fuck because you're just sinking, but they got nothing to track. So they can't, all they can do is douse the area and hope that they get you.
Don't we have to be really quiet too? We can't sing Russian songs.
Russian songs or nothing like that. Spring out of the song.
But you didn't say anything about Ukrainian. What?
Slava Ukraine. Exactly. But
here's Boris.
So yeah, that's an option. Make me an engineering roll as you pull the plug, Rick. 9. So yeah, here's the big red, reset switch, power switch, and you press that, and Ev, you're dead stick as all the lights and everything go out, and we're still about a mile or so down, and it's still dark. So you're just floating down, and we're floating down.
Anything happening?
Boom, boom! There's some explosions right above you. Boom! One does hit really, really close to you. Buckles the ship. I'm actually going to do damage on this one. Let me see. Where to hit? So your ship has 36 hull. You just lost about 10 of it with that hit. You lost about a third of your hull. So like that back room where the vac suits are in, that got hit. So that is crunched in. The vac suits are probably floating out into the deep for all you know. But the seals kick in.
Well, so with the vac suits, there'd be debris floating up, right?
Exactly.
So they think we've been hit and we're all dead.
Exactly. So we'll go for that. Make your tactics roll again for me on that, Rick.
Well, good. 11.
11.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're still like boom, boom, explosions. They're just peppering the area. It's all they can do. And I'm basically just rolling at like Bane to see what I can hit. One of my hits really, really close again. Right on you. And it technically hits. So you lose another third of your hull. Like the two front arms are shattered, just gone. You're just floating around down and below. You see from the explosions, like it shatters the arms in front of you. There's a big crack right through the whole front view screen bubble again. So you probably want to put some super glue on that or something like that.
Yeah, double-sided sticky tape, just like in the commercial. Whack.
There's some major damage. What's a Flex Seal? We need some clear Flex Seal is what we need. Some clear Flex Seal on that, and we'll be good. It's a lot of damage.
So with all of us getting peppered, we're sitting here quiet. Obviously, are we? Where is this all coming from? What direction is it all coming from?
It's all falling down from above. They're basically peppering that whole area with depth charges.
So how many depth charges have been coming down?
Exactly. So you're counting them, and you're counting all the explosions. You're like, they've got to be close to being out. They've got to be close to being out. You're counting like 20. You're like, I don't know how many they carry, but man, that's a lot. Or even what kind of vessel they're shooting it from.
They carried anywhere from 20 to 36 World War II destroyers.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm just throwing that out there. But
exactly.
You're doing a pattern. We've been hit by or been close to a few. There's been a lot more explosions that have been further away because they thrown a pattern.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're like blam 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 blam. And you're like you've turned off like your comm links and everything. There is no power running through the ship. You're like power. It's like in the theater. You turned off your battery. You turned off your phone even. You're like fuck. Turn everything off. Everything. Everything's off. So yeah. After a while, the explosions subside.
I would suggest we wait a while longer before we turn on life support, and then wait a while longer after that before you do anything else.
Make me a telepathy roll, Teldrift.
A 13.
13. Nice. So you're feeling like someone searching, probing with their mind, and just like searching. And it feels like it kind of dusts over you, but doesn't make contact.
Can you telepathically hide? Can you duck telepathically?
Yeah, can I shield us?
If you put on a shield,
can you project dead?
If you put on a shield, it basically like pings, hey, I'm here. Turn on the shield.
Right. And the thoughts don't think of anything.
Be like Sir Lackerty. just like most of the time.
A reactionary life is a good life.
Exactly. So nobody thinking of it. So but you literally feel like her mind like brush past you as it's searching, and it doesn't make contact. You're like, wait, I felt that. You're like,
Captain. Captain, there's whoever is dropping those bombs is looking for us telepathically. They've got a Saya.
Shit.
Who
Is
did
there
we
anything?
piss off this bad? Are these your folks? They might be more your folks, but
Hey, stop generalizing. Okay?
Specious.
it'd be really, really not me if I started getting super specific. If I start really committing to certain facts, that's not a great sign.
Our captain happens to do what I do.
What?
He just outed you.
I can do what?
But anyway, you just felt like a wisp of like that person's presence. But you like it didn't latch onto you, and you don't see it latching onto anybody else in the crew. So you're thinking it just missed you. I mean, I was doing my probe and I rolled like a 4.
Yeah. All right.
How far can you normally do that teledraft?
Depends on how well you know the person. You can do about 5 kilometers. So she's definitely underwater too.
She's nearby.
Oh,
Nowhere where I can reach her.
Yeah, she's underwater too. But after a while, you're just waiting. Because there's literally nothing you can do. It's again, if you shield, it's just like I'm here, turning on a shield. Everybody's it's like a real tense like 10 minutes of like I don't think she found us. You're still sinking down. How long do you stay down here?
Well, I mean, if it was us bombing somebody and searching for them, we would like hang around for at least an hour, 2 hours.
Days. I would kill them.
Hey, if we're good for a week down here, I say 6 days.
Yes. If we have enough air and oxygen, we've got the supplies for nutrition.
Yeah, you got the MREs.
Have packed her snacks. Like, you just got to convince her to share.
2,000-year-old MREs?
2,000-year-old MREs and a bag of Cheetos.
I pull out the bag. I'm like, I got these. We got the orb.
It was a flaming hot Cheetos.
Do you let me know who's been trying to bomb us so that I can put this on the list to deal with?
Oh, this is fucking give me.
I imagine it's the lady who's dropped the bombs who came over the comms.
It's Dragnar, the arch villain who looks like Gale. I'm sorry, she looks just. It's Gale if I made her a pirate. I mean, she's got nose ring and everything. It's spot on. I'm sure the artist saw her at a con and said, "That's my bad guy."
She looks like a bitch. Let me draw her.
For it, was she part of a Kickstarter?
Yeah, another editing section
Mark
there for you.
that edit 10810. Okay.
Right. So Alacrity is Dragnar, and she works for, supposedly she works for Peter Bayless. So
she said she works for Peter Bayless.
Yeah.
Who is like one of the 3 pirate kings.
Yeah. Not the one I backed. Oh, well.
No, it's
sucks
not.
to be her.
There's him, Roll Irontooth, and I'm forgetting the third one off the top of my head. Roll Irontooth was the Aslan. But I think you were on that other one. You were working for the other one.
She's working for the general, right?
Yeah.
The Imperial Admiral General, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's who it was. The guy who was the naval admiral. Yeah.
She's working for an Imperial. She must die.
Yeah. No, you guys. I thought you guys. Yeah, you guys turned in the admiral, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah. So So either Peter Valus recruited her or something from after she left this guy's employee. You don't know. But yeah, regardless, you're floating down here for about an hour, and you're not hearing any more boomies. You got no electronics on, so you'd have no idea if somebody's scoping you. But you would expect more boomies. You down here for about an hour. You're going to wait another hour, and turn on enough power for sensors, or several hours.
Yeah.
Till the air starts to turn blue.
So, I mean, that's about a week. I'm going to be honest.
No.
No.
That's a week if we have power and it's scrubbing.
Oh, yeah. Air in here is probably going to be about, what, 5? That's a most.
Yeah. So if we wait 4 or 5 hours, I'd feel more comfortable.
Get a little lightheaded. Yeah, you get a little lightheaded. You're like, it's either we turn it on or we all pass out and die down here. Yeah. So yeah.
Point of order. Are we sinking? Because there is a floor.
Yeah.
We need to worry about that.
So floor 2 miles straight down.
Okay.
You won't hit it.
Got it.
You're probably close. You're probably close, but I don't think you'll hit it.
What's your decision, Hashna? You ready to light her up?
Let's give
Really
it
don't-
three. Let's
Yeah,
give
you
it
really
3.5 hours.
Okay, 3.5 hours out of the 5. Okay. So yeah, you're like the needle's like going. It's just a passive sensor. It's just picking up the CO2 levels in the air, and it's like, a good bit going towards the red, but not in the red. And you're like, click it on. So make me an engineering power plant roll, Tony.
I was gonna say, can we bring on like as little power?
Yeah, just enough
that's
power
why I
to turn on the scrubbers.
at the very beginning.
Yeah, turn it on like 5%. Just enough
9.
to turn on. Nice. So yeah, so you turn the dial up just enough to get the scrubbers and stuff going. And I mean, that's it. I mean, if you want to goose it a little bit more to turn the sensors on, that's all you.
You guys want to see if we can move forward before we turn the sensors on?
You're going to turn that power about halfway up to get to.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more power if you want to
move
move
Aren't we completely blind if we don't have sensors?
You're completely blind without sensors.
Okay, we need eyes if we're going to go.
I mean, even the professor knows that. I mean, damn.
I'm dead weight right here.
So yeah, you're like 5%. You got the scrubbers and stuff on. You got life support on. Another 10% you can turn on sensors, and you would have to go up to like 50% to get the engines running.
Let's do sensors.
Okay, so 10% turn on this engine. You don't have to make a roll, Tony. You just crank it up to 10%, and yeah, to get the sensors and stuff rolling, give me a sensors roll.
12.
So yeah, you are scanning, and you're honestly trying to use passive sensors. You're not pinging, because that again tells everybody I'm here. You're just using passive sensors to catch anybody else pinging. So that's basically what you're doing. You get no pings, Priscilla. Wow.
No pings.
No pings, Priscilla. No one catches that from Hunt for October. Okay, we're going to go past that.
Anything out there, Hashna? Do you want to turn the ship on full power and get back home?
I think we should stay low for a little while.
Okay.
Stay down here for a while. Get sensors readings, and you're about 80% of the way down to the ocean floor. So yeah, you called it pretty close, Professor Davian. You're in another half hour, you're probably going to hit the bottom. But you're slowly sinking. You're not going to hit
give the
hard.
ship maneuverability.
We're still a couple of tons, and hitting the bottom is not going to be good. So let's not hit bottom.
All right. Unless you want me to roll for it, we're upping the power.
Yeah, you turn on power, and then at this point, it's Ev to basically pilot this thing. As the captain, Grenfell is like waking up, like rubbing her head, and vomiting. Clear off to your side, like right off to the side of your chair is where she was kind of slumped over. You're like turning on the seat, and you just see her just retch right beside you, like all over the floor. And you're like, if you try really hard not to get it on your shoes.
I'll hold her hair back for her. I feel sorry for her. I'll hold her hair back.
It's not me for once. Yay.
I got a 9 on my shoes.
Signature move. There you go. That's a true guy pal for you. So yeah, she's like, oh my god, oh. She's like, I swear to God, I'll never drink again.
Yeah, somebody slipped you something good.
What happened?
No, when the depth charge went off, you hit your head on the console.
Oh, is that why I feel like somebody drove a truck through my brain?
There's this knob right here in the shape of an elbow.
Yeah, I got she got like this big goose egg right on her temple.
Make sure my sleeves are rolled down.
Thank goodness you were so drunk. You stayed pretty lax when you hit the bulkhead, as it were. If you hadn't, you would have tensed up, and it probably would be worse.
And you're like, that's why I wear the 5-point harness when I'm in the seat.
Yeah, but I also don't drink on the job. I eat, but I don't drink.
There you go.
Experience talks.
Experience talk. So yeah, so make me your piloting roll again, Ev.
Okay.
You're getting a hang for the vessel now. There's no bane on the die roll.
Okay, there's a 4 and a 4, so that's not too bad. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. So yeah, so you're well off of the floor, the sea floor, and you're just swimming around in a little submersible. It's beat up, like it's clunky as hell. It's like driving a wrecked car after a wreck. You're pretty sure like that one of the tires is rubbing up against the fender well. It's going to pop anytime. It's not good.
Check engine light flashing.
Check engine light's been flashing. It was flashing when you guys got in.
Hey, flick that. It'll go off. Like, just give it a flick.
Put the tape on it. But so yeah, I mean it's bad. I mean it was well. It's a good thing you made as well a roll as you did, because it's like basically you're kind of constantly having to steer right just to get it to go straight. That kind of thing.
I drove a semi truck like that.
Exactly, like the alignment's completely fucked. It's yeah, like if you let go, it's kind of a deal. So yeah, I
drove a Jeep Wrangler like that too.
Nice,
funny.
So this is a bit of a trick. Are we going to go active to track our way back to the city, or are we going to navigate and try to figure it out that way?
All right. So here's your first question: what time is it? If we surface, are we in the dark?
Good point. Make me we've been down here several hours. So I'm going to say it's dark.
Okay. So we're in the dark. Now, I remember the atmosphere as being foggy, but is there any way to get a picture or be able to see the stars above so that we could attempt such a navigation thing?
Probably.
Then we will attempt that before we resort to pinging.
Yeah. I mean, you can also do that. You don't have to do that. You can do, like the, GPS, that kind of a deal. I'm sure there's like some form of that here on this planet.
Yeah, and I'm sure we could use, let's say, a personal comm. Not that I would have several burner phones.
Use the captain. Use the captain's comm, but yeah.
Yeah, and Google Maps and see what happens, as opposed to like turning on the ship itself.
Let's do that rather than ping. I think we're going to do that. So the captain turns on her comm and she's like, "Yeah, we need to turn around 0.8 starboard." And she's like holding her head.
Let me ask this though. I mean, before we head back to where we went down from, do we have to go back there? Can we come to the surface because we have little?
You have what you need.
We got what we need. We just need to get back to the ship.
So you're thinking of going back to the mountaintop where the starport is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she can get you towards that mountain.
We can make it somewhere in because we've got Rom's what's his character's name?
We're relying on a lettuce merchant.
Yep.
Well, plus we have our NPC crew.
Okay.
That can meet us with the shuttles. So we don't have to go back to the port we came down on.
Do we have the capacity to do a tight signal to our ship?
On this vessel, no. You could use your comms.
Do we have the capacity, Teledrift, to do a tight signal to our
Oh.
ship?
That way. So are you going to try
That's the
to
way.
you're going to try to contact Raz or Cat Killer?
Little Cleo, I think, would be the saner choice.
Yeah.
I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing voices.
You know, is it wise to let people outside this immediate group know? I was pretty trusting with.
I mean, I'm gonna think the whole crew knows. The whole crew knew. You guys did that like in jump. Everybody for a week. You guys were in one
Yeah,
ship
we're a
for a
small
week.
ship. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Look.
Yeah, but like we made our peace out in the open. We didn't do
Yeah.
it behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
you guys did it in the
So-
galley, so everybody could see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news about that, but business doesn't stay private unless you just don't say anything. The minute a secret leaves your mouth and goes into somebody's ears, the rest of the crew basically
I remember.
know.
Yeah, there's literally something like that
Faster than-
happened.
Yeah.
You were like
I'm
right
just
there.
curious. Did you use sock puppets to tell this story?
Well, like,
Yeah.
Well,
You know, Ed, you make a great point.
hypothetically, were I to make sock puppets of all of the crew to retell the stories that we're amassing as we continue, I feel like I would have done my best to render everyone as accurately as I possibly could with my non-existent crafting skills. So.
nice.
There was so much glitter everywhere.
Which is all crafters know is basically crafters herpes. It's basically
It is.
glitter. It's like
Hey,
crafters
Matt?
herpes.
You're
Yes.
throwing us a challenge. We're all going to have sock puppets for the next game, and all you're going to see is our hand going like this. The whole time.
Yeah. So nice. So let me look up that. I think
I'm getting this.
you got to be within like 5 kilometers of the target for that to work. Give me just a moment,
Mm-hmm.
Teledrift. But I think we're on the right track.
Well, if Teledrift has a really close connection to one of them.
Yeah, you can go up or down range bands based on the difficulty. So you're trying to get hold of Cleo.
I would suggest Little Cleo because that seems to be the crew favorite. But if he's got a personal connection with Cat Killer, maybe they hang out Saturday nights. I don't know.
Cat Killer loves to come to me for some therapy sessions. He's a really nice guy deep down inside.
He likes to be
Yeah,
held.
I'm glad
big
you're taking
softie.
that time to squeeze him in.
Nice. I like that. So you're basically trying to establish a mind link with Cat Killer Steve. You can boost that. It's going to cost you like 4 points to do it. That's 5 points, but you can boost that to about 5 kilometers. So you can get like close to like between Dragon's Dome and the starport. Dragon's Dome is the underwater city, the what used to be the underwater prison. But you kind of get over there and like ping them, hey, we're on our way, come pick us up, kind of a deal. Make that roll, make that mind link roll. It is
All right.
Let's see what you roll, how much you need to have. Oh, it's not hard. All you need is a 4.
Well, it's great because I rolled an 8.
Nice. So, in the book it says that it takes 2 sides to be able to actually do this. Like they both got to make the mind link. I think if you want to be able to do this, you can do it. Without another side, as long as the other person's receptive, to it.
I have been practicing a lot with Hashna
Yes.
before the whole revelation.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got pretty good at it. Like
That sounds so biblical.
Actually, this is more send thoughts. This is is ability send thoughts stuff. So yeah, so you rolled an 8 altogether. So yeah, it's kind of spotty. It's kind of like a bad radio connection. So it's kind of like a combination of mine and
here.
come together. And you're hearing like in the head, what does that happen to me? What's going on?
Need rescue.
I like it, both.
Hurry.
And you keep hearing like he's really loud and horrible. Whatever's going on, he doesn't like it. He's like,
I don't think he's being very receptive.
he's like, all right, stop talking to me, Mr. Toilet Bowl Man. I'm coming for you.
Toilet bowl man.
That's what he said.
Mental thoughts. Captain, let me change an aspect of his memory, please.
Why are you toilet bowl man?
I think because I had him cleaning toilets for a while.
Oh, did you? Okay, all right.
True, she did.
I told you they hung out on Saturday nights. I didn't say what they did. I'm just saying.
So yeah. You guys, basically park off the mountain and wait for like what the little grav car, which he flies. I think other than maybe one or two of you in the ship, he's the only one that's charted out to actually fly a grav car. And so he floats down there and comes and grabs you guys up off the ship. And this ship is wrecked. I mean, it is wrecked. The whole front end is fucked up. The whole back end is fucked up. It's like you guys got in a like chain reaction kind of a wreck. It's bad. It's bad. And you're like, hope insurance covers that.
Hey, insurance?
She's like, yeah.
Oh, well then do you want to ride back to the ship and you can just report it lost?
No, I can get this fixed. I love my ship. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take us back and get it fixed. It's not total. It's like it's close to being total. Honestly, probably would be total, but yeah. Most insurance companies would total this, but she wants it fixed. She's gonna fix it. And good thing she charged you triple the rates. She might be able to get like half the way there. Sure. I mean, it is wrecked. It is. You're looking outside of it and you're like, I have no idea how we're walking out of this thing alive. I have no idea. So he picks you up in the little Jetson mobile. Boop, 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 boop. You guys are on your way back up to the ship, and you get towards the Dragnar. Get on the Dragnar, and he's like, Cat Killer Steve's still in the driver's seat. And he's like, boss, I know that wasn't you talking in my head, right? And he looks at you, Captain Hashna.
No. That was Teledrift.
Oh, I thought it was the Tidy Bow Man. I was in the head. I was in the head, and I thought the Tidy Bow Man was talking to me.
No, but I like that. You should call me that for now on.
We should have stuck with that story, Alex.
I've heard it had weird stuff happen.
So we done for the night now that we're in the toilet?
Cat Killer was talking to the Tidy Bow Man, or he thinks was the Tidy Bow Man. But anyway, yeah.
There's a code name, Tidy Bow Man.
He's like pulling up the cover of the tank and looking for the little dude.
What's life without a couple of little mysteries?
Exactly.
Even if they are completely blatant lies to cover up,
I know what that was. Is that what that is? Is that was all kind of fuzzy? Teledrift.
I wonder if this is how horror stories develop.
Exactly. He's like, I don't know what it was.
That all depends on perspective, sir. That all depends on perspective.
Somebody starts speaking in your head. I'm like, am I having a psychotic break? I don't know. Evidence shows yes.
Perhaps this would be useful in battle.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm just glad you got through since you were calling an echo chamber, but anyway.
I mean, now that we know that he was in head, now we understand what all the grunts were about. Dude needs more fiber. But anyway, we're going past that. You're handing us some brand flakes for cereal, like you need this.
Yeah, that's 129.01.
129.01.
Cat Killer, you cannot have any of these MREs.
No. It goes in like a brick, it comes out like a brick. I mean, I don't know what to say. But so anyway, yeah, you get in the ship, and I guess you're GTFO.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So, GTFO. So you get the heck off this planet. It's like, deuces. So I think we have like one jump left in the hydrogen, so we can either refill on a gas giant here, or we can still jump to Ace.
I kind of want to refuel here because I don't know much about Ace unless y'all do.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I prefer the known factor versus the unknown factor, and I know we've got a gas giant here that's that we have access to.
Yeah, so yeah, not a problem. So yeah, make me some.
That's my not so humble opinion, Captain.
Yeah.
And
No,
when do you
I
want to turn?
completely agree.
When do you want to turn the globe on?
Good point.
Right. Yeah, I was going to ask about that now that we're on the ship. So can we get that plugged
Great.
in?
While they're all looking at a globe and diving into a gas giant, I'm going to get in the turret for what's going to go wrong.
I was going to say, can we scan before we go diving into this globe? Can we scan for?
Yeah, I mean, we need sensors rolls, and we need piloting rolls, and all that fun stuff. As Ev skims the gas giant, and yes, somebody to check the sensors to see who's out there.
I'll jump on the sensors panel and see what's out there.
Okay. You make me that beautiful sensors roll, and Ev, you go ahead and make me pilot to not crash into the gas giant.
Gonna try not to. It's not high on my list of things to do. Didn't say it wasn't on the list, but
Exactly. Don't forget you get +1 from the ship on this one. So you got all those
sweet.
other
Okay.
bonuses and +1 from the ship.
Oh, then I rolled a 9 for sensors.
7.
Nice. 9 for sensors. So out on the edge of the demarcation point, which you're about to get to, it takes you like a couple of hours, depending on how fast you fly. Out on the edge of the demarcation point, you're getting like the plume of somebody jumping out, like the sensor reading of somebody leaving.
So
Bye-bye.
I rolled. I got a 9. So that's
Got a 9. Okay, so it's not wonderful and it's not bad. You're routine. Exactly, you're fine. It's nothing. Sparrows aren't flying and stuff like that. But space sparrows. But yeah, you're doing the job. Getting all this stuff. Honestly, you're not telling anybody else, but you just kick the autopilot on and just kind of. got the stakes and you're like.
I'm doing my job and not side-eyeing the snack.
Literally on cruise control. Literally on cruise control the entire time.
I'm gonna steal those Cheetos.
Exactly.
In trouble with the psychic. This is gonna end poorly.
Got the little cleaning bots constantly sucking Cheeto dust off the console. So yeah, you make it. You detect that ship jumping out, and you just turned it on as it jumped out, so you didn't get a fix on what it was. So and then you fill up the hydrogen back up into the hydrogen tanks. Everything's wonderful. As we make our jump to Ace, give me a jump rolls. We need piloting rolls from Ev, and then back it up with jump drive from Rick from
Plug that globe in.
Yep.
11.
11. Okay, so you've got that all going. Actually, we need an astrogation roll.
Is that me?
I think it's you.
It's a one
And
jump, right, to Ace?
It's one jump to Ace.
No, it's not me.
Does anybody else have
that skill.
astrogation? Anybody have astrogation?
I have it, but I thought someone else did too. But I can do it.
I thought Ev had it. But...
Oh, Ev had it
I
too.
do have that. I do have
Go ahead.
that.
Yeah, you use that instead of piloting. I'm sorry. Roll that, Ev.
Okay. Let me see what I get. Oh, it's a pair of 4s. It's not the worst in the world.
You're fine. You're totally. All you needed was a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, you're like you go to the pre-programmed coordinates. Go. I want that one, not that one. And off you go.
And anybody who has used the traveler map understands that.
Exactly. I want this hex. I don't want that hex. So yeah. So you're heading towards Ace. You're jumping on towards Ace now. The message globe. Make me your Villani language rolls.
Yep. Once we're in jump space, I crawl out of the turret because I want to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8.
8. So this gives you like the 5th. Is it the 5th? I think, the 5th of 5 coordinates that basically you would have to have from this thing. And give me you're looking at this and you're kind of looking at what looks like a star map kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You got like a piece of a star map. So basically you figure out, you kind of have to link all the message globes together.
Okay, let's pull them all together. Can I take up some cargo space? These are big, right?
No, you're like size of a softball.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, pull them all
Yeah,
together.
you do it on like the galley table.
Yeah.
Make me like an electronics roll to like link them all together.
Sure.
Can we help him on that?
Sure you can.
Okay.
Sure. If I can get Rick to help with somebody, whoever's better at it than me. I've got 0 in it, but
I've got an 11.
that'll work.
Got it.
I'm gonna use my profession skill of security.
Okay.
To see if I can get a modifier to help them along.
Okay.
Yeah, and mine was a computer's roll.
Okay.
9,
I'll do
10,
it since it's
11.
This is
So that's
that's
a +2.
Excellent. So yeah, you're basically making this network of like USB cords across the cave table.
I'm coming in.
Linking up the message globes together. You're basically getting all these cell phones to talk to each other.
We're doing a daisy chain.
Exactly. It's exactly what you're doing.
But also doing it because it is an encrypted message globe type thing, doing it in such a way that it knows to not let it know it's being cracked.
Exactly. Direct contact. So basically it's spitting up all these segments of coordinates on the planet Ace that each message globe says it has to be at a certain location on like the northeastern hemisphere or whatever, like this one section of Ace. And they're saying each message globe needs to be at each one, and then it needs to be tied into a particle cannon. Remember, like the particle cannon you guys had down in the that one building that you guys found? Yeah. So it needs to be tied up to a particle cannon. Each globe will fire a shot into the atmosphere of the particle cannon with the particle cannon, and it will give you a map along the Ace's atmosphere of where you ultimately need to go.
Okay, so is Ace a populated planet?
Ace is, yes. Let me tell you about Ace. Ace is not fun. Ace is a moderate population hell world.
Sounds warm.
Yeah, with over 100 million, but not yet 8 billion so far, struggling to survive in an inhospitable environment. Hell worlds often offer daily, sometimes hourly, life-threatening situations to their inhabitants. Survivors often form intense survival skills needed to tend to be in the grim real. Honestly, Drinax is not that far from a hell world. It's like one step from a hell world.
Wow. Weather that's worse from where we came from.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, its starport is virtually non-existent.
Yeah.
It's got an exotic atmosphere. It's a desert world.
Oh. Sounds like home.
Yeah, again, you're like one step away from it.
The law level is high, as in like everything we're carrying will be illegal.
Yeah.
But it does have some decent computers if you like Tandy 80s.
Yeah, the tech level is 8. It's like right around us. Yeah, a little bit. Well, it is like us in the 80s. It totally is. So yeah, because we're considered to be somewhere between tech level 8 and 9. The only thing that's holding us back is jump drive, or fusion drive rather. Yeah.
So how are we gonna get around the authorities on this planet? Because I seriously doubt that they're just gonna let us stroll on in and
make me not a history roll, Professor Davian, a advocate roll.
Advocate, got it. 8 again.
8. So honestly, you don't technically have to land. All you have to do is get in the atmosphere and fire these things. You don't have to do anything on the planet other than get in the atmosphere.
loophole.
All right.
So you don't need to go to a starport. You don't need to go through customs section. You just get in that atmosphere, fire it off, get the coordinates, and get the GTFO.
And just as a point, we filled up, and we only did a jump 1, so we still have a jump 1 left.
You still have jump 2. I think it's a jump 3, right? I think it's a jump 3.
Okay, so we have a jump 2 left.
You still have jump 2. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I misunderstood you though, but did you say that we had to have the globes in 5 specific locations, or we just
5
have to be
specific locations in the atmosphere? You don't have to be on the planet. They need to be in the atmosphere for this to flare up.
Do they
So
fly
you're
on?
looking, yeah, huh?
Do
Do
they?
they fly?
They do not.
Son
They
of a
do
bitch.
not.
All right, so
So it's me in a barbette with a globe in my lap.
One particle cannon. Well, I'll see. The problem is you got one particle cannon on the ship. You need to fire 5 simultaneously.
All right, so we need 4 balloons and 4 particle cannons. Got it.
Or you can call your other 4 your mini ships in to come here. Wait a few days for them to get here. And have 5
we
ships.
still need
do it.
4.
Oh
we still
yeah.
need 4 other
Do any of them have
cannons.
particle cannons?
One does. One did.
Okay. So we're down. We need.
Which one was the one that had the particle cannons?
Are there any Uber ships we can hire that have particle cannons?
Actually, make me an engineering roll, Rick.
What about our?
I rolled a 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Anybody else got engineering?
I've got.
Hold on.
First, some of the.
I got a
It
one
happens.
engineering.
It happens. You're blanking out. You know, you're not thinking of it, and that's fine.
I got a 12 on my deception, so you think I do.
Okay. Do they all have to be fired at the same time, or do they have to be in place?
They have to all fire at the same time.
No, when you say fire, leave the ship at the same time, or be turned on at the same time.
Be turned on at the same time.
So we can place them in space and then turn them on.
In the atmosphere, yeah.
So we've got one of our captains, Captain Kola, was connected with the Proctor Recycling Corps. So
Nobody else has engineering? No.
I have a 1 in it. And
Go for it.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Yes.
So with your sensor, because you do a lot of the sensors and stuff on the ship too, I think, Teldriff. I think you do.
Yes, I do. I do.
So you're thinking and you're looking at it and you're going, well, you're just thinking of something Tony hadn't thought of. And you're like, you can take the sensor drones that you have on the ship, modify them to do like a particle pulse. And it will do technically the same thing.
And I'll convey this to Tony. I'm like, what do you think about this idea? Do you think
Sounds
it's
really
feasible?
good.
Make your engineering roll again, Rick, to kind of back him up, see if the math works.
11.
11, yeah. You basically MacGyvering the fuck out of some drones.
That works good.
You know, to do like a pulse, and you just need it long enough for them all to activate at the same time, and should light up this area that you need to do.
And I didn't even have to pick your mind to think of it.
Well, if you
Or
had, it would
did
have come up
you?
blank.
Oh, damn.
You see the tumbleweeds rolling across.
Cat Killer Steve's still like, oh, it gave me
The
the
reference to corner gas.
Give me the GBDs. I didn't like it. I
So,
didn't like
how long is
it.
it going to take us to? Do we have enough sensor drones that we can?
You got like 10 sensor drones, so you only need like 4 of them. And you got like a week in jump space to make these. So technically, if everybody buckled down and got on it, you could do it.
All right, if you guys think it'll work.
Got it.
Tell me what to do. I got computers. Is that how?
I have no idea.
So everybody make like a relative tech kind of a skill as we're spending our week in jump. You can make an electronics roll. You can make a sensors roll. You can make engineering roll. You can make a mechanic roll.
10 electronics.
Nice.
I got a 0 in everything, including remote ops.
Computer. So you're helping program the drones. Not a problem. Not a problem.
And
I have an 11 in computers.
9. So excellent. So you're helping Professor Davian.
Yeah.
We're doing one of those 80 movies montages. With
Exactly.
songs playing in the background.
You know, wrenches and stuff are turning, and the little micro weld needles is going across the circuit boards and stuff.
I'm
not helping anyone. I'm more of the idea guy.
He's the idea guy. You're like you're handy. Yeah. So how I lost Ev, but Ev could do like navigation or astrogation or something like that to kind of get them in the area that they needed to be. But we'll assume that she's done that. But Teldrift kind of came up goose eggs on his assist with sensors, I guess.
Yeah.
So
pat him on the back. I'll be like, it was a great idea, man. Like amazing.
It was a really good idea. It was a fabulous idea. Mm-hmm. So yeah, somebody else is going to come up with a sensors roll because he is just not getting it. The problem is like the atmosphere of this place is like super chaotic. So
what about Stinky Pete?
I rolled 11 for sensors.
Nice. So good job on the sensors. So Stinky Pete was about to go over there and look at it, and Rick's like, I got it. Bloop, bloop. And yeah, so you were trying to figure out, the right atmosphere conditions for the sensors to work, Teldrift, and Tony's like, yeah, you just click on the vertical here.
That's what that button does.
Okay. It's the vertical.
Got it.
The vertical.
Next time.
So yeah, you turn the vertical on the VHS tape. So yeah, so you're getting all that done, and yeah, you pop out of jump in the ACE system. Trying to see what else is in this system. It sucks. I mean, it's freaking horrific. I don't know what else to say. Is this an amber zone? Oh shit. It's an amber zone. Well, at least it's not a red zone.
We're not landing. It's okay.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the whole reason for the amber zone is like this place sucks.
Landing?
You don't want to land here.
I heard landing.
We're not landing. We're totally not landing.
Okay, all right.
Basically, the law level and everything here is so tight, and this place is technically an amber zone because the atmosphere is so bad. It's all like bottled cities, that are on this planet, and so the whole place is under an amber zone. It's like if you don't have to land, don't land. And Professor Davian's figured out with his advocate role, we technically don't have to land and check into the starport. We don't need anything on the planet. We're just scoping this out in the atmosphere. With his wonderful memory and grasp of bureaucracy. And advocacy and being a lawyer, his 2 years of pre-law.
So every pirate ship needs to come with a lawyer.
It comes with a lawyer. Yeah. Damn Skippy, it does.
Hell yeah! I mean, basically, the wiki says that they live underground and don't come out unless a ship lands.
Exactly. So yeah, you're like if anybody approaches you, you're like, we're just hanging out here, dude. We're not disturbing anything on the planet. We don't have to check through security, none of that stuff. And that's basically what you would do as we cut through a lot of like the customs and stuff like that. As they message you as you're coming into system and stuff like that. It's like you're telling them we are not landing. we're just taking some instrument readings of the atmosphere, blah 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 blah. You know, you're going out with sensor drones. You know, for all that they know, that's it. You know, and then once they just do like a pulse, and honestly, the pulse is probably going to kill the drone, and you're just going to get the telemetry readings and get the hell out of it. So as like 4 sensor drones fall into the atmosphere, fall through the atmosphere onto the planet. But by then, you're GTFO. So yes, we are down to we're getting to the planet. You know, there is a ship system defense boat that is in the area, but it's actually kind of, you know, once you guys and talk to it and stuff like that and tell them what you're doing, it's kind of in the area just because it's curious. But other than that, it's not, you know, threatening or asking the board or anything like that. It's pretty casual. You know, you guys just to fast forward through all that action. So yes, you get to where you need to be. I need someone to do sensors ops to send out the drones. Remote ops to do send out the drones. Send in the clowns, send out the drones. 8. So they all go out in their predetermined flight path to the areas. They all manage to go out of the ship and not, you know, bump their head on the port going out. Good deal of doing it. Adequate job, sir. Like you know, with an 8. And so they're all floating out to their different directions and all that fun stuff. And so who's going to send the pulse? You send up the finger. You need somebody to press the button for the pulse. And then somebody else has got to make a really good sensors roll for that instant flash that's going to make that.
All right. Who's got actual skill in sensors?
Yeah.
I have a 1.
All right. So you're on that, engineering guru. Meanwhile, Professor Davian.
Teldriff has a 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Get away from the buttons, Rick.
Now you will use your intellect or education bonus as well.
What are yours? Teldriff?
0.
I have a +2 in both, so I'm technically 1 ahead of him now.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So you're thumb wrestling over there. But anyway, Professor Davian, it's going to be on your count. You're going to press the button that goes pulse.
I think that's right for Professor Davian to do it. This is kind of an historic moment. He's like,
well, I have a question. Can't both Teldriff?
Wait, should
could I assist, Tony?
You could totally assist. You both can roll.
Okay.
Basically,
when you say both can roll, who are you talking to?
Teldriff and Rick can both roll on their sensors. I need one person to roll, and that person applies a bonus or detriment.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, I'll roll when you give me the bonus then.
Okay.
Are you ready or?
Teldriff makes so Professor Davian, like, and everybody's like, Ev's got him on the camera and so like, am I being recorded? Yes, sir. You press the button. Professor Hawk Pizzoni would be very honored to see you at this moment, Professor Davian.
It only took me hooking up with a bunch of pirates to get here.
Yeah, right. Damn pirates.
Hey, you know, the journey brought you here. And that's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
I mean
would you like a Cheeto?
So you really haven't put thought into how you're getting back, have you?
Not known to plan ahead.
Hey, the planet below us may need a professor. You never know.
He's down in the starport. I mean, it would not be the first time, Professor. But
just make sure you have your time.
Yeah. Do this guy. All right, I'm ready. So
press the button. Teldriff, make your sensors roll, and then I will apply a bonus or penalty to Tony. So Teldriff, go ahead and make your sensors roll.
I rolled a 10.
Excellent. +1 for the ship. So that's a +1, I believe. So Rick, you can now roll it. Is it a +2, 11?
Yeah, if you get it exact, meaning an 8, it's a +1.
Yeah.
Up from that to +5, or that to 5 effect is +2, and then it goes into +3. In a task chain. In a task chain.
Yeah. That's basically. But he only hit like 4 effect, or 3 effect. 3 effect. So it's +1.
No. If you get it exact, meaning you get an 8, you get a +1.
Oh, okay.
From a 9 to +5 effect, you get a +2.
Got it. Got it. I had him one off. Okay, so yeah.
With the help and support of our illustrious team, I rolled a 17.
Nice. So it does that flash. You take the basically the camera picture at just the right moment, at the height of the brilliance of the screen, and so you're taking it, and it's basically like a star chart. And gosh, I wish I could get this damn thing to work. I hate that this doesn't work. I don't know what's going on with my StreamYard today. Let me get back here where we were.
StreamYard's fine. It's the operator.
It is the operator. It's completely the operator, but it's like what it's. I'm looking for the window for like my snip and search, and there's no window for it on StreamYard when I go to share screen. But anyway,
can you open it in your browser? Because you usually have a space for your browser.
So go to click share screen, and I get entire screen, window, and Microsoft Edge tab. It's probably because I'm using Microsoft Edge is what's screwing me up.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, I'll open it up. I'll open it up in Chrome next time and know better. Anyway, so I'm not going to go kick us all out and go into Chrome and do that. It's basically, if you're looking at the traveler map, you can Google up traveler map, and you see like the chain of planets that we've gone through here. Nor come to Thebes, number 1, and then Ace. And then basically it lights up this area that's jump 1 from Ace into open space. There's no system there, but it tells you that's where you got to go. Is
it the space below number 1, the space above Ace, or the space below Ace?
The space above Ace.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a space forward above Ace that is telling you jump here.
All right, so hex 1718.
Yeah, and you're looking at it, and Ev, the pilot, your blood runs cold because it's telling you to jump into open space. There's nothing.
Ev, our tank was full coming here, so we have used up 1 jump. We still have 2 jumps left. So we got fuel to come back from open space.
1 jump. You got 1 try to get back.
Yeah.
You got 1 try to get back. So you got enough to get out there. Well, honestly, you can fill up here.
I was going to say, can't we just fill up here? Can't we fill up the tank, top it off?
Great idea.
Yeah. I like that idea.
So yeah, you fill up here. And basically, the system defense boat instantly assesses a 10,000 credit fine for you guys. Flashes on your screen for littering the drones onto the planet, like 4 drones dropping on. You're like, I mean, this place is uptight beyond belief. You literally get a fine for 10,000 credits for the 4 drones.
Hey, we're gonna send those.
Who has advocate? Litigate that for not warning us of the atmosphere and how it would affect our drones. There was no signs posted to let us know our drones would not work.
Correct. That's correct. We couldn't have known any of this. I rolled 11 on that advocate, so they can take it, and I'll drown.
We'll have to take it back to our
advocate. Okay, so you basically found another lawyer to argue your case for this for like the next 3 months. It's basically like, Your Honor, we did not see the tag on the iron to not throw this into the wash tub. It plainly did not have a tag warning us not to do that.
Clearly, if it was an issue, it would have been noted.
Would have been noted on said iron or hairdryer. On said hairdryer to not use in the shower.
Do not steal. Do not destroy.
Right.
So yeah, you basically got an advocate to tie this up for like the next 3 months. I mean, if he loses, you're still getting billed plus his hours.
That's okay. We'll just pass it off to our employer, Dragnar, and he can handle it.
So you're spinning off her information by Dragnar.
Yes, I love it.
Nice. All right. So this is a little trickier jump. We're going to assume you've done the planet skimming and stuff like that. Got the other scoop of hydrogen. This is a slightly trickier jump, Ev, because you're going into the great unknown. You just got coordinates in the great unknown. And you're like, I really don't want to do this. I mean, I swear, this is like a pilot's worst nightmare come true. Like, no, there's no system for me to fly to. I can't fly to nowhere. I know.
It's now your chance to be the scout you always wanted to be.
Here there be dragons, literally is what it is. It's a slightly more higher astrogation skill for you to roll. So roll me that astrogation again. I will let you know if you make it or not. While Tony also hits up the jump drive.
Okay.
It is all on you because I don't think anybody else has astrogation.
Okay, I got a 5 and a 3. So...
I have astrogation helper.
Okay, well you're busy doing jump drive.
Right.
So 5 and 3 plus my 2 in the skill, 8, 9, 10 plus.
Use your intellect or education bonus.
Yep.
11.
So
it's 11 altogether. That is enough. You're fairly confident that you will get to the pre-programmed coordinates that is telling you to jump to, whether that's in the middle of an asteroid field or a dead planet. Or
we're locked into the blackness and we're hurling ourselves forward. I'm confident that
flying into a black hole. You have no idea what the hell's there.
Under a box of ding dongs.
This is definitely ding dong time.
I'm strapping in my safety harness.
Yeah, that'll help.
Had a 10 for jump.
Nice, 10 for jump. So we power out. We get to our 100 demarcation point, and boom, we get the energy plume of jump, and we are here for a week, wondering where we're going to end up. Week in jump space. As we're all staring around at each other going, God, I hope we end up somewhere cool.
I mean, surely we can get to somewhere, right? Like,
I mean, you're trying to be cool and upbeat, but there's just that whole, undercurrent of the whole ship that whole time. You just can't help it. Even Cat Killer's like tense around the ship. He's just, don't be following me so close. Okay. So you're coming up on the time for the jump. Say that everybody strap in. We're about to come out and jump into real space. So you come out into real space and do your jump out, and you jump out, and there is nothing. I mean, there is the great black void, as you see on your view screen out there, just like you imagined. The great empty void, and you're like,
fucking boy.
I mean,
how much are we getting paid for this again, guys?
You know how to astrogate to get where you need to go. To get back. But you're looking around, just out the viewport, and you're like, stars.
So we have 4 weeks of operational moving around and so forth. It's not a big issue. Because current edition of Traveler Maneuver Drive doesn't use any fuel.
Nope.
Go figure.
It should. It totally should.
Yeah.
I think that's what 4 weeks is, isn't it? Or is that just a power plant?
The 4 weeks is basically consumables. So basically our food, our air, or so forth. It can only be so scrubbed and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I always thought that that's the way I play it, that the 4 weeks is maneuver drive.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So, make sure we are on top of said coordinates that we're given. And we might have to modify our sensors. Plus, we have more sensor drones. Yeah, and Professor and Ev might have to look for stellar drift if something was here 2,000 something years ago.
Boom.
Might have went left.
Okay.
And now we know the composition of these globes. Could we infer that maybe what we're looking for might be of the same rare metal instance. Is that?
I mean, that's kind of elite, but I mean, you can look for it. Yeah.
Well, it's something.
Yeah, it's something. It's something. I mean, you could definitely turn the scanners on for it and yes or yay or nay. You know.
Right.
So yeah, let's see some wondrous sensor rolls and some remote op rolls from our illustrious crew.
All right.
Boxcars.
Boxcars on sensor rolls?
Yeah, not sensors. Remote ops.
Remote ops. So you're floating them all out.
Sensors.
Nice. So yeah, so you're getting the sensors out and basically doing like a search pattern according to stellar drift and all that fun stuff. Tony picks up something with the sensors on one drone. That's you basically send the 6 drones out like the Star Destroyer, and the one goes towards Hoth. And Tony's like, I got something. You're getting something on sensors. It's big and it's metallic. It's huge.
It's the size of a small moon.
Exactly.
That's no moon.
Exactly. I mean, it's massive. But I mean, you're just getting like a huge, massive amount of metal, and you're not clocking it as like an asteroid because it's just. What?
Can I get a size on it?
5.
Yeah.
Planetary scale 5.
No, it's not planetary scale. I mean, probably the size, honestly, of a small moon. Very
That's
small
what I
moon.
said. 5.
Yeah. Very small. I mean, it's definitely, I would say, at least 10 times bigger than your ship.
Does it have its own, does it have any, gravitational pull?
I'm thinking no, it's not that big. It's about 10 times bigger than your ship.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
So your ship's a 400 ton. This is like 400,000 ton. Yeah.
And there's our sensors aren't picking up any electronic signals or anything coming from us?
No energy. No energy readings.
What about you, Teldriff?
It's like a Dyson sphere or something.
It looks.
It's not that big.
No,
It's not big enough for
it's
that.
too small to be that.
Yeah.
I mean, you picking up any brainwaves?
So yeah, we're talking like a 40,000 ton displacement. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, what we're looking at seems pretty dead.
It's big
in the water.
It's capital ship.
It's capital ship size, definitely.
I could certainly try to see if there's any life on that thing.
And it's well within your telepathy range. It's only about 1 kilometer away. It's well within your telepathy range.
All right.
I doubt it. What could be alive on there after all this time?
A squatter.
I mean, you did find that one Varger on that one station, right?
We did.
We
You're
can
right.
find an entire civilization that built itself from nothing, and we have to interact with them and negotiate in ways exotic to ourselves.
Nice.
No, we don't, because our lettuce merchant isn't here.
He's back in the cargo hold trying to grow some more lettuce.
Take
all my lettuce. He secreted a couple seeds. He's trying to grow some lettuce still. So yeah, it's a big hunk of metal. You fly towards it. Are you trying to do telepathy on it?
Yeah, I want to see if I can sense any.
Maybe that roll. I mean,
all right, going 2 down from my side.
Okay.
Because
you've got time to recover from that. You've been a week. Yeah, you've been a week.
Perfect. Then if I've got my full thing, I'm at a 12. Nice.
So you rolled a 12? All right. So there is nothing out there. Not a blip. I mean, not a blip. I mean, you rolled so well that like you should pick up like animal mentality. Hey, who's ever buying you? Nice. But
so I turned to Hashna and the professor and I go, okay. So you two have been studying this whole treasure chase.
I have.
Globes and all that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to require some sort of passcode sequence.
I mean, we're going to go to it yet before we even...
Yeah, let's not make assumptions.
It's going to require something. No one just parks it out in space and goes, "Okay, first one who stumbles across it gets it."
But it is in the middle of nowhere. It is.
What
in the
if we
middle
slowly
of
approach it
He's
and
got
do
a
different sensor
point.
readings?
Yeah.
Literally is
And
the
see if
middle
we
of
can
nowhere.
detect
Yeah,
any energy
and
from there.
every material weapons cache that they put in these things. Yeah.
So your sensor rolls definitely ping it what you got, that it's out there and how to get to it. Basically, we just need Ev to fly to it.
Is that a hint?
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, maybe did you say this, James? Anything about traps or defensive mechanisms to keep people away from this place?
I mean, you did a good point. Yeah, he's got a good point. If something comes on.
I thought you said that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, can we keep our
I am
sensors?
saying that.
Okay.
Hi, professional rogue.
Yeah.
Nobody takes valuables and doesn't at least put a padlock on it, okay?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Can we slowly approach it and do more sensor readings, looking for any energy signatures and stuff?
Well, if you would like, you could use a sensor drone or all sorts of things.
Let's do that.
I keep forgetting about those drones for some reason.
You use the same sensor drone. I know maybe you got something against drones. Maybe there was a horrible drone accident. But we won't get into that either. But you can use the same drone that ping the original thing and basically turn on the video and see what is out there. Have it turn this one little space light on.
Is that sensors or remote ops?
That would be remote ops. Yeah, that would definitely be remote ops.
It's all you, Alacrity.
What, that thinks ahead and goes, "Don't put your hand in the mouth
remote
of a statue with the black hole.
We just need
sphere of annihilation in it."
Exactly. You may stick what and where? But
Nothing.
Or you can be the
space game, and I have a 10-foot pole.
We can be the DM that has the button on the wall that says, and a sign that says, "If you push this button, you die."
You die. Who's making a remote ops roll? Is all I need.
Should be James. I thought he did before.
I think James did.
Yeah.
Making a remote ops.
Technically, you're better at it than I am.
Remote ops?
God, a bunch of chicken shit. Somebody make the roll.
Fine. 11.
11. Okay, so so you turn the one light on and the video screen flashes on and everybody's got their little monitor and stuff, or you flash it across the main view screen on the ship, and the lights come on and it's basically like a very large space station. It starts to illuminate this very large space station floating dead in space. Think a lot of like a cut down like Babylon 5, very cylindrical, kind of mushroom headed on one end, kind of stuff like that. It looks like, and there's other protrusions that look very familiar coming out from it. This is what you see as you're floating in on it.
Oh, we got a fleet.
There's two other ships that look just like yours, Ashna. Two other ships.
Hey. Got a set of twins.
I'm sending Gabriel in for a closer look.
Okay, that's what you call it. You already called the drone, Gabriel?
Yep, Gabriel.
Nice. So you're sending it in, and nothing's coming on, nothing's turning on automatically. It's dead in space.
Okay. So, do you want to send the drone closer?
How well did you do on that?
Let's send it.
How well did you do on that roll, that sensors roll?
The one that sent Gabriel in?
Yeah.
11.
11? You're picking up some hard radiation coming from the station as well.
That would be the padlock.
There is some signs of like hard radiation.
We got suits, don't we?
I was going to say, would our
it's nothing that a suit can handle. Yeah, your ship's hull can definitely handle it. Your suits can handle it. I want to say it's like about 50 rads. I think your suits are good for 80, something like that.
90.
90. I was close. So it's nothing your suits can handle, and it looks like, and you're trying to get a reading on it, and it's showing as shielded, so you can't get a really good reading on it. It's just like background radiation of something just been sitting here for 2,000 years, just here, and it was because you did so well on your census roll that you picked it up and all.
Is there a dock area we can?
Yeah,
the docking station.
Yeah, you can dock in on just like the others, like where those other two are pointed. There's one on the other side, that you can butt up against, just like the other ships. And
can we use Gabriel to open up the
door?
Yeah.
That's going to be a trick. You would, because it has nothing to like plug in to the dock.
All right.
Power the dock controls.
So do you want to send the ship in, or do you want to send a couple people there in vac suits to go in first?
I'll go in.
I'll go in.
Yeah. Oh, remember we got Cat Killer and Cleo and other people too.
Yeah, let them do their thing. They can do that.
All right, sure, that's fine.
Captain Kirk, Jesus Christ. Not the red
No,
shirts.
I just figured out they survived the radiation.
And they never come back.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We're just gonna know that Tony was the one that killed little Cleo. That's all.
Captain, over here.
Wow.
You can censor that part too.
Nice. So, So basically, they that's their job. They board vessels. That's what they do. This is technically not different. Except that there's absolutely no power on the other side. Yeah. So little Cleo, Cat Killer Steve, and Fat Florian, they're all in their 0G combat suits, ready to go. And they're like
the moments they live for.
This is they're excited. We haven't got to leave the ship in like 4 weeks. Let's go. And we're going to a giant can in space, but okay.
Now, have they got cameras on their suits that we can send the feedback to us?
Just like in Aliens.
Exactly. So when one drops down from the ceiling, you can see it. But
it's not like I'm giving Matt any ideas. He's already talking about that.
I know, right? Like I said, earlier with the
I'm gonna be like, hey, Steve, don't forget that lizard, like that we encountered.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking at where his arm used to be, and he's got the metallic arm. Yeah, I don't want to lose this one. This one's mine. This one's
no.
This one's the stranger. This one's my buddy. So we going out to the airlock. They punch the codes in the airlock, and they basically send a little power unit with them to plug in and supply power to the airlock. Turn it on, and it basically turns on enough that you could park it in here if you want. But if you want to stay outside at station keeping, that's fine. They're floating on in with their little 0G suits, vac suits. So they floated in. It is complete darkness. They're like, we got no power off of other than what we're carrying with us. Little Cleo is telling you what you're going, and they're going through corridors and like manually opening hatches, kind of like what you did, down on the Courier. And the architecture of the ship is not unlike the Courier. It's just that sort of it's very industrial, very steel walled, very industrial looking sort of station.
Are we getting readings from their suits for sensors so I can see if there's anything like more energy, more life?
Yeah, you can make energy readings and stuff like that. Make a sensors roll. Yeah.
11.
Okay. So as they're moving further in, like the rad level is going up. It's going to about 55, then 60, and then they're like looking at one major like cargo bay. They're like cargo bay A. It's like, and they're looking at it and they're like, this is the biggest cargo bay area in here, guys. We want to open up the door and see what's in here.
How high can their suits handle the radiation?
90. They're at 60. And they can still be in there for a little bit and not, like an hour or two.
So where is the layout that we've seen? Like, can we make a guesstimate of where the engineering section is?
So yeah, they're like on deck 10 of 28. They're like in about the mid level of the area, which makes sense. That's where the cargo bays and stuff like that is, where they all dock in. Engineering is way down, on deck 25 on, But they're like getting around, like if you take like this cross section of the ship, the space station, this round area, they came in and they're about a third of the way explored of like this cross section of deck level 10, and they basically came in like on like the docking area that you've been through. They looked around like some of the hallways and stuff like that are going around. They spotted like the lifts that get you up and down the other docks, the other stations. But they're they're looking at like there's cargo bay A, and there's cargo bay B, and there's cargo bay C. Cargo bay A is like multiple levels. It actually, cargo bay A takes up like 5 levels of its own.
But is the radiation coming from cargo bay A?
It is coming from cargo bay A.
So let us try the other cargo bays first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you go to cargo bay B and C, and these are only like 2 level cargo bays. So they take like 10 and like 9 above it. These are full of like components and stuff like that you would use to repair ships. Blah 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 blah. Ancient.
Oh gosh, golly! Things that would repair our ship. Why would you ever want that?
Exactly.
So can this vessel actually do a
we
jump?
need to tag those. Those are ours.
This ship is not this station. You're looking at it, and it is not jump drive. Does not have a jump drive. Which makes sense. It's a station.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think it's the stress of a jump drive.
Is there a I don't know, maybe this is too Star Trek. Is there like a med area on this deck?
Med bay.
On this deck, I mean, there's like a very emergency, like
Is there anything
one
for
bay kind of
radiation
area.
in there?
Oh yeah.
Go
So
check that out.
they go and check that out, and yeah, there's like a locker with like 10 suits in it, and they're basically like the big plastic envelopes, and they're like they can wrap this over their suit and then give them like an extra 50 rads. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the book.
It's antiquated technology anyway.
It's antiquated technology. We're talking about
It's
2,000-year-old back suits.
Yeah,
It's a bump.
and they work fine. No
Yeah.
issues whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean they're basically pulling it over their back suits like a surgical glove. It's coming on really tight, especially on Fat Florian. He's having a little trouble getting into his rad suit. But yeah,
Or maybe you should stand guard, at the door, watch their back.
he's there. He's got like the big, auto cannon looking thing. He's like on like gyro mount around his tremendous girth. But he's like, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Last time we saw him was a long time ago. He was running down towards the taco stand on that one planet, if I remember. But so yeah, he's standing guard, and the others are like, he's like, we definitely need to get a reading of what the hell is in this other. Little Cleo's like, we need to see what the hell is in here. We need to flush this room or not. The cargo bay. We are a little leery what's being in here, but we gotta know. So yeah, they can't open like the main doors on it. Their little power giver device doesn't have enough juice to open up main doors, but they can still hand crank like the side service door. That you can walk in and go into the main cargo bay A. So little Cleo is cranking it, and Cat Killer's going to be the first one in. And you see like Fat Florian's kind of like scoping out the hallway, checking it. It's like going around, basically you see like if he looks to the left, it's going, that way, and goes to the left, it's go to the right, it's going that way. It's basically just walking around. So yeah, he's looking, and then Cat Killer Steve is looking in as he comes in, and you're looking in, and it's like looking in the inside of like what's another reference to Hunt for October, like the big missile silos inside of Hunting for Red October. The big, huge, cylindrical things with the big radiation symbols and stuff on them. And Cat Killer Steve's like, oh my, this ain't good. There's like 12 huge silos with radiation symbols on them. And there's another 12 with like biohazard symbols on them. And they're big, huge, humongous silos. Probably a good 50 feet across. That are up and down this these 5 decks of this side of the space station.
So, Rick, what is it about you and nuclear weapons?
They always seem to come towards me.
Yeah. So he's reading. He's like, I'm reading 12 nuclear missiles and 5. Ooh, this isn't just these are mutagenic weapons, boss.
What?
Oh.
So imagine you wanted to annihilate an entire race.
Yeah,
One specific race. You could send these missiles in with only harm.
That'd be bad. I mean, but I mean,
they would only harm those people.
Like my eyes twitching a little bit.
I know exactly what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking. You draw a little kitty on them. Hello, kitty.
Yeah, but they have so many planets,
There's a lot of planets, but like one of these would definitely eliminate like an entire hemisphere of the planet. 3 or 4 of them aimed at a planet would annihilate a planet.
Holy crap.
So, not seeing an issue, how do we contain it in a way that we can use it?
Right. Is there a way, can we send them down to engineering to see if we can get some of the systems back? Yeah, some power back up. Got it.
Well, if they have the ship secured and they think it's safe, we can go over.
They're like, there's nothing else here, man. The little Cleo's like, there's nothing else here.
Yeah.
And Fat Florian's like, roger that. I'm reading no movement, no light, no nothing.
All right. So I say we have them sweep decks and we start going in.
Okay. So you guys can dock into that one cargo bay area for the ships and go on in. Now you guys still need to wear like your vac suits because until they get the power restored, it's going to be. Now there are like full hydrogen tanks along the lower end of the space station, enough to power like the Dragnar for months. I mean we're talking like hundreds of thousands of gallons of hydrogen.
So if you know where this can be our base.
I was thinking, if we can get this whole radiation thing under control, this would be a nice summer home. It's kind of remote.
It's an awesome shadow port. It's an amazing shadow port. Again, nobody knows where this is at. Nobody has no clue. And it's got nuclear missiles. Again, those 12, I would say 6 of them would wipe out a planet. And then the mutagenic weapons, that's just horrific. I mean, that's like beyond Geneva code. Like, you're a bad person for launching them.
Yes. You would
Meanwhile, I feel at home.
Race if you launched that onto another planet.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, it's like shooting someone on the crapper. I mean, it's that bad. Just come on, man. But so you're looking at a really, 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 really cool shadow port. Again, there's hydrogen in here to power this thing for a long time. And enough that the ship could come here, refuel, and come back out.
Can we turn the Dragnar off so that in case, we don't think we were followed or anything, but
Got it. So yeah, turn on.
Can we run silent and just have minimal life support? Is what?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
definitely do that. Yeah. Power plant roll there, Tony.
9.
9. So yeah, you should crank the dial down to 5%, and just have enough for the life support. So basically, you have like one vessel, the Dragnar you can use to go and like refresh your grab your vac suits. God, spit it out. Your vac suits and stuff like that, and because it's going to be the better part of a day for you to find a way to restore power. Like basically, Tony's got to create a fusion reaction in a chamber that hasn't been activated in 2,000 years.
And then we get the weapon systems online.
Yeah, all that stuff has to come. After that.
I have a question. So I have like 5 advanced degrees in physics, chemistry, and stuff. And it takes all of that to turn the dial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The really old dial.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You know exactly what it is. It's just you don't want them to think it's that easy. I mean, shit. Come on, Sam.
What's the old adage? You say it takes 4 times as long as it actually will, so you look like a miracle worker.
Yeah, that's what Scotty did on Star Trek.
I mean, yeah, literally, you tell them it's going to be a day to restore power. You can have it on in about 3 or 4. You just got to check the scrubbers. Once you check the scrubbers, you're good. You just don't want the scrubbers to ignite. Yeah, you're telling them day easy, man. But yeah, you it's going to take that while, so you guys can spend time exploring the station, and getting down all that good stuff of what's happening. While Tony and I'd say he'll probably take Teledrift and the rest of the boarding party to help him get power restored to the ship.
Mechanics,
electronics, all the technical skills, all the push button skills, computers wouldn't hurt, stuff like that. Basically everybody. So yeah, you're doing all that, and yeah, it takes you a better part of a day. You're getting all that going on, and you don't really, there's so much data on the ship that you have no way of you got to start coming up with a plan to actually make sense of it all. You got terabytes and terabytes of data on the ship, but you're like, okay, journals, maintenance logs, where are we going? That kind of a deal.
So why don't we start with the most recent data and start with the maintenance logs, any kind of captain's records from the last days of action.
Last entry in the captain's log.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm going to need to be leaving in about 5 minutes.
And exactly, and that's basically what you're doing. Like you're once they get the power on, you're looking through the logs and stuff like that. Somebody make me a census roll real quick.
All right.
So we can see the 5 Death Stars approaching.
Exactly.
I rolled a 10 for sensors.
10 for sensors. Yes, you're picking up the jump plume of 4 ships coming into the area.
Captain, we're
Do I have
weapons? Alone soon.
Do I have weapons up?
No.
Of course not.
Wait, is Sir Lacton
nowhere
still
near
on
that.
turrets?
I haven't been sitting in the turret for over a week. No.
You just turned.
That's natural.
You just turned on the lights. Yeah. So you just turned on the lights, and you're the comms on your all's comm links come on, and you're hearing Di Kinnear coming again. She goes, "Hey, nice to meet you guys out here. This is a nice station. I think I'll take it." And that's what we'll go for next ship.
Make sure you get the missile tubes. Get the missile tubes up. We're sending 1 nuke. It'll take 4 ships.
Or put it this way.
Bye-bye, thieves.
Yeah, no, basically, I would just tell her, Hey, y'all leave, otherwise I'll blow up the whole station.
Oh, nice.
It's not
I
a
can
bad
do
idea.
Nice. Nice.
So long as
All
I
right.
can't
But hey,
feel
it
the
was good to enjoy it.
explosion,
It was a
I'm
fun
all
night
for it.
tonight.
But yeah, that's where we stop. Is like you die Kinnear on her ship, and like 3 others are coming in system. They're like,
Oh wait, did you actually roll for them to do the jumps?
roll for them. They just followed you.
Oh no, but they still have to roll their stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, they still have to roll. Yeah.
I want to see the rolls.
No. That's the beauty of being a GM. Oh, plot hook a lot of that stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, they're flying in. That's where we'll stop, and we'll go to the next adventure.
So 2 Saturdays from now, or what's the date?
Let's look.
Yeah, when is our? Hang on, we're still live.
Sunday's not
Yeah,
Saturday.
let me hit